Hello everyone. This is the continuation of the previous video of creating a custom workflow for the human resource model. So if you have been landing in this video, you have to refer to the previous one to get the continuation. So here we are going to work on the data models for the custom workflow project. Okay. We will already in the previous video we already been created the project and the model and the data type. Now we are creating the models. Okay, for the models you need to create a table. So table, we are going to refer the previous tables which have already been created. So we will extend the table to this project. So we are going to create a extension. Okay, so I'll show you how to do. For that, in the application explorer, you go to the data model tables. Here we'll go for the HCM position. HCM position. This is the HCM position table where we are creating a extension. Extension means we are using this table for our project. All the data, fields, everything we will use it in our project, and we will add this newly created workflow. So last screen I show you that we have been I show the position form. In the position form the workflow is missing, so we are going to add the workflow. Just I will show you one more time. In the human resource, if you go to all position, so you don't have the workflow here. So all this data has been stored in the HCM position table. So this is what we are going to use, this all this data table. Okay, so then we will add the newly workflow on this page, on this form exactly. Okay, so here you simply right click on the uh, table and create a extension. Okay, once you click the create extension, you will notice this there is a folder created table extension with the new element HCM position MB500 model. Okay, okay, so this is what we are linking the existing table to this project. So now we will we will check that what are the in this element newly created element, what are the details, like the fields, field group, what much more details is there available. We will see, just simply double click, it will open in the element designer here. So the HCM position table has been opened here with all the details. So if any table is there available here, it will contains the basic necessary information, field groups, index. So this, if you don't know about this one, we need to check the my previous basic videos about what is meant by field group, indexes, how we can make the relationship one to one, one to many on the relationships, and indexes for the primary key, foreign key. So here what we are going to do, we simply use the existing table and we created the extension for this. Now we already created the base enum. Here you can see in the fields there is a position ID and sys row version number. Okay, so we will add one more field which we created already, the base enum. Okay, MB position workflow status. Just simply select it and drag it to the field and drop it. You have it now. So one more field is added. Okay, MB position workflow status. Now you need to do one more thing. You need to add this also under the field group. You just expand the field group, and there is a field name called identification. Okay, in this identification you can see this position ID also will be there. Okay, so you need to drag and drop the same base enum field under the identification below the field group. Now you have the MB workflow status also in the field group. So in the form, in the online form, you will have the position ID along with the status. So the person name, position ID, the status also will show simultaneously. We will see this one. Okay, now what we need to do, what we have done so far in the working data models on the third step, we'll just enter what we have done here. We have done like created an extension for HCM position table. Okay, now what we are going to do is creating a new query, because the table has been created. Now what do you want to do? You want to get the data, right? You want to pull the data from the table. So how you do it? By using query. Yes, we need to create a query. So we need to create a, just I will update again. Sorry. Create a new query. Okay. Okay. Now before that we have to save all everything. Okay. Just validation is completed. So better to build. Okay. Just right click on the project and click build. Let it build. So build process will is completed. Build practice test completed, and database synchronization also started. Both are started now. So I told you that one, like what is the purpose of enabling before the synchronize the database option in the tools menu, because this is what it will do, that both it will synchronize the database because we connected the table also. Still we need to add the data source, everything. We will go further more. Let it be complete. We'll see now. If you just right click on the project, click add new, you see that there is no new item option showing there. That means the process is not completed, the build process is not completed. You can see it in the status. Here still is going on, it's showing ready, but still is the process is going on. We'll wait for it. It depends upon your resource. Yeah, now the process has been completed. You can see the database synchronization also completed, built completed. Okay, now you can able to notice, right click and click add. You see this option has been enabled. When the build process is happening, you will never see this option. Once this completed, then you can see this option. Click new item. Now data model. You see this layer of data model is there. I have been explained this one in the basic training. You can refer to the previous videos. Here what we are going to do is having the query. Just select the query and rename it. The standard name, we will keep it as a MB position query. Okay, and click the add button. So you can notice that simple queries folder has been created and the element is MB position query. Okay, so now you just double click it and it will open on the element designer. Okay, now you can see this element designer has been opened. Now this is what we need to do, some important step, that that one query. So where it will query, normally we are querying on the database, right? So here the data source is connecting to the database. So now if you expand, there is no database is there. So we need to link the, either we need to create the database or you need to link the existing database. Okay, what database you are going to link it? You already know we have table called HCM position. So this is what we need to add it here. So not from this solution, we need to add it from the application explorer. So you have to go and search HCM position table here. Then simply click and drop it to the data source. It will take some time. Yeah. Now you get the database of HCM position. Now we will go and update some properties of the HCM position. So everything will be updated from the table of HCM position. Now we'll go to the property panel. Just press Alt Enter. Here we will see some, we will change some of them properties here. So here you can see the dynamic fields. We need to make sure should be yes, because we are updating the dynamic field. Make sure it's yes. And then once we change the dynamic field to yes for the data source, you can expand this HCM position database and verify it one more time that we have updated the dynamic field yes, and make sure that we created a newly um, base enum called MP position workforce workflow status, right? So make sure it's been added in the data source. Okay, if it is built up, when you build, if it is done properly, then this field, newly created field, should be added to this table called HCM position in the application explorer, right? So let me see. Yeah, it's been added here. So MB position workflow status has been added. If it's not appear here, what you have to do, then right click and delete this data source. Then go to the project, right click and build again, not the rebuild, build again. Once the build is completed, there is no error, then drag and drop this table to the data source. Then you will get this MB position newly created field will be appear here. Okay, now we will save it all. We will continue this session on next video, working with business process and workflow. Okay, now we have done this data models. Now we will see the next video, working with the business process and workflow. Okay, thank you.